Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Saints walk away with a 6-point victory. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Roman Pfeiffer might be the biggest loss on this list. A hairline fracture of the arm is the initial report, and the doctors are saying he'll be out for 7 weeks. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Josh McCown might be the biggest loss on this list. A hairline fracture of the arm is the initial report, and the doctors are saying he'll be out for 9 weeks. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
Charles Lee had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Bills pick up win number 2. Eddie George was responsible for over 150 yards rushing and helped his Titans beat the Chargers. Down in the Lone Star State in Houston, we had the Texans stroll away with a 14-point win. Up at Lambeau Field, we had the Packers win this one to the tune of 13 points. Eagles, Bears. Rex Grossman bark signals at the 24-yard line. Do they go to the end zone here? Takes a little extra time at the snap. Good pocket, slings it, and a perfect timing pattern for a touchdown. The Bears win this one by the final score of 28-10. The Redskins lost on the road, but will get to head home and meet the Ravens. The Colts got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at Alltel Stadium. Warwick, well done. Get another good performance in the win and showed us why he's ranked up at the top of the league. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Jets pick up their 3rd win of the season. Dante Hall hauled in over 150 yards receiving and helped his Chiefs beat the Ravens. Rams, 49ers. Mark Bolger calling signals at the 9-yard line. Crowd into it now. Rolls right. And look at this toss across his body between defenders. Picture perfect 6. The Rams go on to win this by the final score of 17-7. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Well, trades aren't quite as common in the NFL nowadays as they are in other sports, certainly. But we've got news to report to you on the trading front nonetheless. Leonard Little leaves the Rams and heads to the Seahawks, so he should provide an immediate impact as an outside pass rusher. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Bobby Taylor is a guy that ought to be able to fit right in with his new club, and he should make his presence felt over time.
And in our final game, we had the Bengals come away victorious. So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my primetime players. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.